Shalom, shalom. Shalom. All right, shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, America, to prophesy the downfall of this wicked man who is in rule, Esau Edom, who is the so-called white man. We come to prophesy the second coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, from this world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. And we come to prophesy salvation unto the elect of the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the destruction of the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Before we get started, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachar Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who have taught us this word and teach us this word even until today. And we want to give a salutation unto the elect of the nation of Israel. To get started, we want to get into this claim that people make that, what we believe that this thing of ours is a trend. That us saying that we are Hebrew Israelites, us coming out on the highways, preaching, prophesying, trying to wake people up. They think that this is a trend. They think that this is like anything else. They think that this is like the Black Panther movement. They think that it's like some spiritual enlightenment movement or anything else. This isn't a movement. This is prophecy coming to pass right before everybody's eyes. And can we grab Acts chapter 5, verse 38, Bubba Show?
This is Acts chapter 5, verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught.
So if this was a thing that we just, that if our apostles and elders just woke up in a basement one day and was like, man, you know what? I want to, we got an identity that we want to claim. And we're going to look through the scriptures and make up some breakdowns and come together and bring some type of organization together. And we're going to go out and just teach people, see if people are coming. If this was just something that they just thought up, it will come to naught. It will fizzle out just like anything else. Just like the Black Panther movement. It was strong back in, the 60s, 70s, 80s. But it died down. You have this guy now. What's that guy name? A song, Bird Song or something like that, whatever his name is. Yeah. And they trying to bring it back, but that is not like how it was. That movement fizzled out. Any other movement, it fizzles out. If it's of men, it's gonna come to naught. If it's not with the backing of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, then it's gonna die out. Just like look at ancient times where you had the Sakari that came up and they wanted to try to overthrow the Roman Empire, and you can say they had good intentions, but it wasn't of the Lord. It wasn't the Lord's will. So what happened? It fizzled out. Now, let's read on in that precept.
John.
Yep.
And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it.
If it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it. This thing that we are doing is of the Most High. This is prophecy. This is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai's will. And what we're doing is about to usher in the second coming of our Lord. That's what we're doing right now. We're waking our people up. We're putting out the warning for the nation of Israel and for the heathen, letting them know what's about to happen. And the words that we're speaking is about to take place and are taking place in the world right now. Our apostles and elders who were taught by their elders have been preaching this for decades. And you say that this is a trend? Things that they've been saying since the 70s that we didn't see happening in the world yet, 50 years later are now taking place. You can go to the store and you see the prophecy of the MOTB getting ready to be established. You see the dollar being phased out. You see martial law being instated. You see World War III on the horizon. And they've been preaching about these things for decades. And you say that this is a trend? This isn't a trend. This is divinely inspired. You got a precept?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7. And I'm starting at 23. The point is a few verses down. It says, "But this thing commanded I them, saying, Obey my voice, and I will be your power, and they shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear, but walked in the counsels and in the imaginations of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward. Since the day," and this point says this, "since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their neck. They did worse than their fathers." You know, and to elaborate on that, like the brother was mentioning, that this is divinely inspired, and it's not a trend, because this is something that the Most High has been doing since the beginning of time, man. Yeah. Right? He's always set men up to tell things that were going to happen before, like it says in Isaiah 42, verse 9. It says that before things that I speak, roughly paraphrasing. Actually, if you don't mind, brother, I get that real quick? Kind of Isaiah 42 and verse 9 says, "Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them." Right? And that's talking about the prophets, because the prophets are the Most High's mouthpiece. Right? The Most High's not going to come off his throne, come down here and tell Jake what's about to come to pass. Right? He's not about to come down here and tell Jake to straighten up. No, he sent this man. Yeah. Right? He sent this man to prophesy against this against wicked kingdoms, and to prophesy the things that are coming to pass, man. Yeah. So, you know, this, and the thing is, like the brother mentioned, these things are coming to pass. So how can this be a trend? Right? Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, and the Most High did that to see who was going to hearken unto the Spirit. Because if the Most High himself came down and told somebody, or if the Lord himself came down and told somebody, hey, this is the truth, walk ye in it, people would listen. Or if there was something more, you know what I'm saying? That's why it says, like, if we was on a podium, if we had all type of equipment set up, and we looked so-called the part as somebody in the world, like these people at these churches, people would listen. When a rich man speaking, then people hearken, as roughly paraphrasing. But the Lord put this truth in earthen vessels and so-called bums, as people call us, you know, and to see who's gonna listen to this word, not for what we look like, or you know, what type of benefit you can get. Who's gonna listen to us because it's the truth, you know.
Wait, 1 Corinthians 1 and 27. "But the Most High has chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise."
He chose the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. Regular men, we got jobs, you know, we got regular lives, but the Lord put his treasures in these earthen vessels, in these foolish men, to confound the wise, to confound Esau and his sons, to confound these churches. You know, this is the truth that everybody needs to hear. On this corner, or all the corners across the U.S. and around the world where brothers is preaching, on the internet, on these pages where we getting a couple hundred views, a couple thousand views, people may look at that and be like, man, these people got the truth. They looking for somebody to have hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views, have some money rolling in. But no, we don't need none of that. You know, we're not looking for everybody to come in. We're looking for the elect.
You made a good point, because same with our Lord Yahushua. He came in on a donkey. He came humble. Exactly. He came as a man that really didn't look like to be much of nothing. You know, this is why they was like, is this him? You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. So it says, so as the master is, so are the servants, roughly paraphrasing. Right? Well, that's why.
That helps it.
Yeah. It helps,
okay.
So I mean, the wind probably is still having an effect. It's just not as it should be.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah. So I mean, it's not going to come in a finely packaged. We're not going to come finely packaged, man. We're going to come rough looking. We're going to speak rough words, you know. But at the end of the day, like the brother's going into, we're speaking this truth, man. Yeah. Right? After that.
It says, "And the Most High have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty."
That's it.
Yeah, that's right.
God, he chose the weak things of the world to confound the things that are mighty. You got colleges and institutions that teach about the scriptures, but they don't have the truth in them. You got widely believed things that's of the scriptures where millions and billions of people believe certain things, such as Virgin Mary, such as Jesus Christ, such as these different things. Yet here we are showing and proving that them things aren't true. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's powerful. That the Lord would do something like that. That He would take. That's powerful. And the Lord always does that. Look at David and Goliath. He took somebody regular, average, small, and defeated a giant. That's what the Lord does, and He does that to show that He is the most powerful. That's why He's chosen us to cast down these strongholds of this world. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have this is Romans chapter 3 and verse 3. A couple of them. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?"
Yeah, because at the end of the day, whether a person believes or not, the Lord's will is going to come to pass regardless. You know? And we can grab that first one you had. Probably should be among them. Yeah, can we grab this real fast?
Yeah.
Before we...
This is Ezekiel 33 and 33. "And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them."
Yeah, it will come. So whether they hear or whether they forbear, the Lord's will is going to come to pass. And when it does, that's when those who denied what we teach you, didn't want to believe, they're going to be like, man, they was prophets, man, they was right. You know? Now, this isn't a thing to say, we told you so. We're not trying to be nana boo-boo in everybody's face, but we are, as prophets, we are supposed to continually blow this trumpet as a warning and let people know to listen, that this is truth, and that it will behoove, if you are an Israelite, it will behoove you to listen, because this is your only opportunity at salvation, you know, to take heed and have faith upon this word. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get into some of the prophecies. We're going to get into some of the things going on to show that this isn't a trend. This is the scriptures taking place, you know. But we can go ahead and get the rest of that precept.
It says, "For what if some," Romans 3 and 3, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? The Most High forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged." Yeah, and so that was just pretty much it, you know, like going into, because it says, no, the truth is not going to stop. The prophecy is not going to stop just because one don't believe that we're the Israelites, or believe that the MOTB is Revelation 13, or that Gog is Russia, right? You know, it doesn't matter, because the Most High, He's manifesting it, be it through His prophets, the words that they're speaking, and also He's showing now the world you can't hide from the truth. Like the brother went into, when the elder brothers went into a couple weeks ago, maybe about a week ago, the prophecy can't be hidden, right? And it's speaking loud and clear, man, right? So you can trend talk all you want, hashtag it, whatever. But this is coming. Things are coming to pass, man. It can't be denied.
You had another one, right? Okay, God. So can you grab Romans chapter 8, verse 16?
8:16.
Yeah.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8.
I thought that was mine.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 16. It says, "The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High."
And I want to get into this because, you know, back to this whole trend thing. This isn't us just looking for some identity to slap on ourselves and saying, oh, well, you know, we don't want to say that we Muslim. We don't want to say we African American. We're not Pan-African. Let's just say we Israelites. No, that's not it. The Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High, that we are the Israelites. It was the Holy Spirit that revealed unto our elders that this 12 tribe sign was true. It was the spirit that allowed the elders to go through Genesis chapter 49 and say, oh, these prophecies match these people. To go through Deuteronomy 28 and see, dang, we should go in Egypt again by ships. Well, that happened to us. And what is that spirit that bear witness with our spirit? It's the spirit of prophecy. You know? Can we grab Hosea chapter 1 verse 10? Because you have it that all these different labels have been put on us. You've had the label of that we come from Africa, that we're African American, and that's why our roots go back to that sin. But who gave us that? It was Esau who told us that. It was a man by the name of Melville J. Herskovitz, who was a small hatter, and he's known as I forgot what his title is, but he's basically like the father of like Pan-Africanism or something. He basically gave Jake he founded the idea that Jake goes back to Africa, and that's where we were born. That's our motherland, and where we don't go back to Israel. He gave us our history, but only went back as far as Africa. We were there at a point, the Southern Kingdom, but we go further back than that. You know, and these scriptures tell us that history, but he didn't give us that. He just gave us Africa. And now you have today Jake getting Africa tattooed on their back. Jake call themselves Pan-Africans and all this. Yeah, now you got Dr. Umar Johnson's because of this. But Esau gave us that identity. You know? All these different ways, you know, things that we take up upon ourselves. You know, Jake taking up Egyptology. Jake call himself Muslims. All these different things. That's not our true heritage. This isn't a trend. This is the truth. So we can grab that Hosea 1 and 10. Somebody got it. I got
it. Okay. Hosea 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Yeah, hey, right there. It says the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. And that's just even more showing Esau's lies and the different things that he tells the world, and specifically tells Jake, because he calls us a minority. You know, but the scriptures say that we should be as the sand of the sea. But if you pick up a grain of sand, a grain of a grain of sand is so small and it seems insignificant. When you pick up a handful of sand, there's so many of them grains. So it's showing you how numerous we are. But based off these false reports and false data sheets that Esau comes up with, he'll call us a minority. When we fill up this globe, we're the majority. Even if we don't look like the people on this sign, as long as by your father you go back to being an Israelite, you are an Israelite, no matter what you look like. We're not black, we're not Mexican, we're not Native American, we're not none of these names. We are Israelites. And that goes back to your father's blood.
It says, which cannot be measured nor numbered, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
So where, in what place was all these different false identities placed upon us? Here in America. But it said in that same place, America, where it will be said that ye aren't the Israelites, there is going to come a time where y'all heritage will be revealed unto y'all. Does that sound like a trend? No, that sounds like that precept coming to pass. You know? So, can we grab bubble shot?
This is the book of Baruch chapter 2, and verse 29. It says, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them.
Yeah, it says this great multitude will be turned into a small number amongst the place where I have scattered them. Because if you have something that's great in number together, then it's great. You know, it's in great capacity. But once you scatter it and spread it about, then it becomes a small number. The way that the Lord has scattered us across the four corners of this earth. You know?
Now it says, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
They shall remember themselves. So the Lord put the Spirit on men to wake up and remember and read these scriptures and have the Comforter, the Holy Spirit, bring the truth of these scriptures. Like, man, this is talking about us. This is our history. You know? Did you have something you want to get into?
A little bit more. No, you on point, brother. It says, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
Exactly. That's what we doing. That's why when we first start, before we start speaking, we give all praises unto who? Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. We're praising the Lord in the land of our captivities. He's revealed unto us a pure language. He's revealed unto us our heritage. So now we can call upon the name of the Lord. We don't have to say God. We don't have to say Jesus. No, the Lord gave us the things that we needed. You know?
It says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, and that's going back to what? You're going back to the Israelites that was in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Right? It says we're going to remember the ways of our fathers, remember their sins, their wickedness, what they did to piss the Lord off.
Yeah.
And then we compare it to ourselves. We look at all, like the brother, like we look at all the things that line up. Stiff neckness. Okay, we got the flavor. Okay, we're able to understand the scriptures. All right, we're able to, we're able to come back into the name. You know, via through the men that the Lord set up. That's not by coincidence, man. The Most High, man, he's a master chess player, bro. That's
before we grab that, can we get the precept where it talks the little sanctuary in Ezekiel? No, because the brother was just bringing out that there's history to why we're in the position that we're in today. And the thing is, we were once in darkness. We was them dry bones that it describes in Ezekiel. I believe the same chapter probably. You know, but and them dry bones is talking about how we were spiritually dead. We didn't have no answers. We was just here, and you know, we went through slavery, and now we here today. Esau's still over us. We at the bottom. We got to work these dead end jobs and try to make a living for ourselves. We're like, man, why? What's the point? Why are we here? Why are we in this position? You know, and the Lord, through the Spirit, He gave us this truth, and now we have an answer. Now we understand why we're here, and we understand what we're supposed to be doing, so that the Lord will that we have to repent, so that the Lord would deal with us again. You know. But this
is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 11, and verse 16. It says, "Therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, although I have cast them far off among the heathen,"
as that happened to us. So we have been cast off far among the heathen. Esau has captured us, taken us into captivity. We've been taken into North America, South America. Really, we all across the four corners of this earth. That's why I mentioned earlier, you have Israelites amongst China, all up through Asia. You have Israelites in Russia. You got Israelites in all around the world, bro. You know, and we're amongst the heathen. The Lord cast us off, gave us that bill of divorce. What does it say?
It says, "And although I have scattered them among the countries,
Yep.
yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come."
So what's that little sanctuary? That little sanctuary started at the One West school that our apostles and elders learned from. And in that school, that's where this truth sprung up. That we are the Hebrew Israelites. That's where this stems from. And through those teachings, our apostles and elders learned. Then they taught men. Them men are our elders, you know, our bishops. Then they taught men, and it trickled on down. Boom! This truth blew up through YouTube. That's where we received the truth from. You know, and now this truth is going worldwide. But it all started from that little sanctuary, that One West school. And now we got the answers. Now we understand why we're in the position we're in. This is not a trend. This is a history taking place, and prophecy in the scriptures happening in its succession the way the Lord wanted it to. You know? That should be it. And you had that precept? You had something else you wanted to grab?
I was thinking about the 12 tribes chart.
You know,
let's grab that.
Yeah, you made a beautiful point the other day. You know, with this Hebrew Israelite thing of ours, is like now that this Hebrew Israelite thing has grown to the extent that it has. Now everybody's talking about it. Everybody hashtagging Hebrew Israelites. Nobody's watching the Hebrew Israelites. I mean, nobody's watching these Christian churches unless they talking about the Hebrew Israelites, because it's because at the end of the day, these a lot of people are in denial. I say starting with Esau, he's in denial that he's not the Israelites or the true children. And then you got our people in denial too. So now it's a big controversy of who's the Israelites, who's the true children of the Lord, right?
Yeah, and that's what sort of makes it look like a trend, because it's blowing up the way that it is. And things come and go. You have things that blow up, and then it's like, okay, it's a thing for a couple years, and then but now the truth has become so mainstream that people have to address it in some way, shape, or form. You know, this Hebrew Israelite thing of ours is right on Front Street, so you got to say something. But the thing is, people thinking that, you know, this is blowing up on the internet. People talking about it is just the new flavor of the week. But that's not the case. They're going to see this is going to get to a whole nother level. It's going to come a point to where your life is going to be on the line for you professing this identity. For you saying you're a Hebrew Israelite, that you believe in Yahweh Bashar. That don't sound like a trend to me. This is deadly serious what we teach.
God, this is Ezekiel 37, verse 16. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions.
Yeah, so that stick is like a wood plank. So take one stick, write upon it Judah and his companions. What else does it say?
It says, then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions.
Right, so take upon that stick Judah, and take upon the other stick Israel, which is the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. And that's what this sign is right here. We got the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, the northern kingdom, the rest of the tribes on the sign, the 12 tribes of Israel. And the Spirit has revealed what people are each tribe, what bywords they go by today, who they are in the world today. Let's read on.
And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand.
So that's the thing. That's why this sign is important. The scriptures is telling us that we're supposed to have this sign out here, because people are gonna come up and read it and see, okay, what's this about? And boom, we can go from there. You have Jake that come up. I've seen it happen, where you got Jake coming up. Man, what y'all talking about? Why am I on this sign? And then boom, you can give them the truth. This is why you're on this sign. This is who you are. This is your history. This is what should concern you, and that brings them into the truth. This right here is the reason why a lot of Israelites have come into this truth, because they read this sign and said, man, I'm on there. You saying 12 tribes of Israel? I'm not from Israel. And boom, and then it was history, you know? And look how powerful it is that this is why, you know what is a trend? Black Hebrew Israelites. Because we are not black Hebrew Israelites. That's some trendy shit. This is about all of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. This isn't a black thing, because this is about the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans. This is why we're up here. And then you got this brother as well. This brother is a so-called Puerto Rican. This brother is a so-called Native American. I'm a so-called Negro. This isn't about a black thing. This is about every tribe that goes back to being an Israelite. You know? So, is there more to that?
There's a little more. Okay. It says, and the sticks wherein thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord, power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land.
Yep. So what this is going to lead unto is that eventually, this is going to lead to our kingdom being established on earth and us being brought back into the land of Israel. You got imposters over there right now. Esau has spread this lie that he is the Israelites. Well, you can't even say the Israelites because they don't call themselves that. They say that they are the Israelis or that they're Jewish people. They spread that lie and then pushed us to the side and gave us a false identity and put a false identity upon themselves and called it truth. But this word is exposing them, and that's another reason why this isn't a trend. Can we go to 2 Thessalonians 2:8?
The 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 8. It says, and when that wicked and then shall that wicked be revealed.
This truth has revealed the wicked. This truth has shown the world who needs to be punished and taken down out of power. It's shown everybody who's ruling and why he needs to stop ruling. You know, it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And he covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he? Who are the judges? The Israelites. Us. Our melanated people. Esau covered the faces of the judges with his face. He's placed himself up as the Lord. It said Jesus Christ. He's put up the depiction of God as a so-called white man. He said that the children of Israel are so-called white people. And that's not the case. You know? So that's how we know who is talking about that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Let's read on.
It says, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
The Lord is consuming with the spirit of his mouth. Can we grab 2 Peter 1:21 now? Because as we said before, this isn't by the will of man that we're preaching this. This is by divine inspiration that we're out here teaching.
2 Peter chapter 1 verse 21. For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of the Most High spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit.
So the reason why we're able to prophesy, understand these scriptures, the reason why things that we are saying are taking place after we say it is because it's the Lord's words. It's not our own. We don't take credit or try to take this within our power and say that, you know, we just code like that. No, the Lord is code like that. We are conduits for the Lord to speak. So let's go back to that Bible chapter.
It says, I'll start from the top again. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
So first, the wicked will be consumed by the spirit of the Lord's mouth, which is what is taking place right now. When we go out on the highways and byways and condemn Esau, when we put these videos up on the internet and condemn Esau, we're consuming him by the spirit of his mouth. It says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty to the pulling down of strongholds. What we preach has changed the world. What we preach got Esau having to cover up his tracks, change the internet, hide history, do certain things by merely speaking truth. You know?
Oh, quick point. One of the Rockefellers said one of the worst things they could have done was create the internet.
And why is that? Because that reveals so much truth. You know, we was able to put these videos up on the internet, and people can look things up and research and say, man, I don't know if it was a rumor or not, but they said for a while they wanted to get rid of the early life tab on Wikipedia. Because when you look up different people or people who own different like companies and organizations, and you go to the early life tab, it will show that they come from a Jewish family. And people was looking at that like, man, all these people are Jewish people. Yeah. So they're like, man, we need to get rid of this early life tab because it's like, man, it's revealing, it's just showing the truth, you know? Yeah. But that's just going in line with what this brother was saying. These elites are you know, kicking themselves that they created the internet because it's revealing them.
Yeah, and once anything hits the internet, we know this going years back up until this very day, and to this day it's even worse in a sense. Once something hits the internet, that's a wrap. Yeah, it don't matter if you had it up for 13 seconds. Somebody saw it, somebody downloaded it,
right?
And somebody got it archived somewhere right now on a disc somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, and how much more today with technology is advancing. So you can't backtrack. It's too late.
But that's the thing. Esau has changed these search engines to where there was certain stuff that used to be easy to find and easy to search. And you try to search the same thing today, and it don't even come up. You go to Google Images. I be trying to look up different like pictures that I used to be able to find on the internet, like that like GMS would post and stuff like that, and I can't even find it no more. It's like you search and search. It's like it's just wiped. It's scrubbed off. And Esau has that power now with Palantir and all these different technologies. He knows what people are searching. You know, he knows what's going to reveal the truth and what's not. So he knows what he needs to remove and what to take away and things like that. You know, so you know, but that's the thing. The fact that we Esau is going on brothers' pages and shadow banning them, making sure that they don't come up on the YouTube timeline, that pages have to get shut down for misinformation, get strikes. That's showing you that we're pulling down Esau's stronghold of all the lies that he's pushed. You know? But let's go ahead and continue before we show sports. Yeah. Well. No, that was it. Let's read verse 8 one more time.
Okay. So 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
So first this word will be preached. And through this word, we rolling out the red carpet for the Lord to physically come back. Yahweh Shai is coming back with vengeance in his heart. And we are the prerequisite to that. And when the Lord comes back, he is going to make a physical destruction to Esau's kingdom. We not about to bear arms and try to rise up and take down Esau ourselves. That would never work. That's not the Lord's will. Yahweh Shai is going to do that with the angels and their chariots. You know?
Slide.
Go ahead.
You know, you just thought about it. You made me think of something how, you know, how, like they'll have sort of these agent provocateurs or certain little events where they had so-called Black Hebrew Israelites doing terroristic shit in the community. Yeah. Right? And then what do they do? The first they look at the Black Hebrew Israelites and they tie us in with the motherfuckers.
I never forget when Vocab Malone, there was a dude who did like some type of attack somewhere where he like shot. I forgot exactly what he did. A violent crime, long story short. Right. And Vocab Malone went into it and he was like, hey, before he did that crime, he was listening to Hebrew Israelite videos. Right. And I'm like, like, come on, bro, that's just cheap at that point. This guy was listening to Hebrew Israelite videos and then he did a violent crime. These people need to be taken off of these corners. Like, bro, this is ridiculous, dog. Right. But Esau is gonna paint us out to be terrorists. That's why you had Trump cracking down on Antifa. You know, he said if you are Antifa, then you are a domestic terrorist. But the thing is, Antifa isn't an official organization. There is no place where Antifa meets and you have an Antifa president and co-leader or none of that. Antifa is whoever the government labels is Antifa. So who are they labeling Antifa? It says if you say these things, then you are Antifa. If you are anti-America, you're Antifa. If you say things against Trump, you're Antifa. If you're against capitalism, you're Antifa. And basically things that we preach, things that we say, when we say America is going to be destroyed, we're Antifa. What does Antifa mean? Anti-fascism. So, and what is Trump doing? He's doing fascist stuff, and we're bringing out the truth on it. So for us saying that means that we're Antifa, which makes us domestic terrorists. This is the type of trap and snare that Esau set up on this ministry. And it's going to come a time, that's why the scriptures say in Amos 8 and 11, it says, let's grab that real fast.
It's the book of Amos. Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
So the thing is, this is going strong. And it said in Acts 5 and 38, if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it. But it is of the Lord's will that eventually this truth won't be going out no more. We're not going to be on these corners forever. The video's not going to be on the internet forever. Because the Lord is going to the Lord through Esau is going to make it to where he stops this from going out, because this is a threat to Esau's rule. This truth is making it too hard for Esau to spread certain lies and make certain moves without people being privy to it. You know, so Esau is going to come a time where we won't be able to push this no more, and that's not because this is a trend and it's fizzling out. That's because it's prophecy. You know. But we can get into 2nd Ezra 15, Bible shot. You know, because the backbone of what we preach are the prophecies leading to America's fall. And if that sounds like, you know, if we're going into these prophecies and the things that we are reading in the scriptures, we're breaking them down to you. You're seeing them happening in the world. You can tell they're happening. Then how is this a trend?
Yeah.
You know, but we can get into it. 2nd Ezra 15.
Second Ezra 15.
Yeah, we can start at verse 1.
Verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Speak down in the words of my people the words of prophecy. That's what is paramount. That's what's important. Not trying to make some type of community or find sovereignty in this world. No, prophecy is important in this day and age.
That's crazy, because on the way down here, I was about to send that to y'all. Y'all was speaking about how this truth, you know, is changing the world and internet and all of that. And mainly verse 2 when it comes up, you know what I'm saying? Well, it is going to say, because it say, have it be written in paper, for it is faithful and true. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is at the end of the day. It's like the Lord don't give a damn who believes and who doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, the fact of the matter is that these words was written down, so they have to happen. You know, that's why within myself, I like to say, shoot, we already won. Well, brothers say it in general, you know, we already won. But I also say America's already destroyed. Yeah. Esau's already in chains, so on and so forth, because all of that is already written, man.
Yep.
You know, and it's based off of prophecy. You know what I'm saying?
Precept.
Prophecy is we're saying what's going to happen before it happens, so people are warned. You know, just as Noah, when he was out there, hey, look, man, it's gonna rain. Rain? What's rain? Well, it's gonna come down from the. That ain't never happened. Yeah, whatever. But I ain't building this boat for fun. You know. Yeah. The Lord told me to do this, so this is what I'm doing. He told me to use this particular wood, so this is the type of wood I'm gonna use. You know. Why? Because when you go into gopher wood, you know, it doesn't when it get wet, it doesn't rot like, you know, most woods. So it can repel water in a sense without scientifically getting into it. You know what I'm saying? That's why when they was, you know, they found the ark and everything, it was still pretty much intact, man. All right, if you about to be sitting on water for, what was it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. I forget exactly how long it was for the whole entire thing. Somebody can grab it. But for a significant amount of days, the Lord's he's gonna sustain you within that, man. All right, he's gonna put you in the best position to survive the situation. It's the same as what's happening now. He's putting us in the best situation, best position to survive the situation, man, of Jacob's trouble. Right? And what is it? It's off of faith. Right? It's based off of faith, man. So, well, he said he had a precept.
God, this is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
Yeah, when something accomplishes, it's complete. All right, mission fulfilled. Okay, there's no aborting it, no change. Okay, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Nah, it's what it is, man. All right, meaning what was meant to happen, happened. Okay, motherfucker win the Super Bowl. That's what they started their regular season goals out with. I'm sure. I'm thinking like, hey, we're gonna make it to the playoffs this year.
Yeah, we're gonna
like,
lose.
no, we're gonna get out in the first round. like, no, we going, hey, we want that ring, man. All right? How many days?
It was like 40 days and 40 nights.
But how much was the whole situation, though?
Oh,
Because there was a period, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, and then he was sending the dove out and sending the raven out, you know.
I think it's like 150 days.
I was thinking 152.
Let me see.
I was even watching the show the other day. He was like, hey, man, that refrigerator leaking, man. Y'all need to fix that wood up under there. Or y'all need to fix that before that refrigerator fall through that wooden floor or something to that extent. You know?
Oh, I got that.
Yeah.
I could have just Googled it too.
Yeah,
How many days?
150.
Okay, 150 days, you know? So it was 150 days total that it was, you know, sitting in that water and everything. But nonetheless, when the Lord tell you to do something a certain way, he's saying it for a particular reason, man. You know? That's what we got to keep in our minds. When he say go on the highways and hedges, when he say be instant in season and out of season, okay? When he say those that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. He that, if you love me, keep my commandments. All right, fear the Most High and put no other God before him, and treat thy neighbor as you want to be treated. On these two hang all the laws. And he's saying, okay, this is what I need to be doing to put me in the best position to survive the situation at hand. And the situation at hand is Jacob's trouble, World War III, the MOTB, remaining and retaining your faith. All right. Because it, like we always say, it's not just a switch you want to be able to just click on, man. Like, things are really happening. You can't get too excited to the point to where you think you can be like you good, you know, like you made it. Like when people see the finish line, they don't slack up. They run harder. They run, man, you hear that? In boxing, the last 10 seconds, you know, of course, depending on the round, but it's 12 rounds, shit, they pretty much get they off. If it's 50-50,
Yeah.
because we're in a 50-50 situation for the most part. All right, we got to give our 50 to the Lord's 50. You know, it ain't like the Lord, you know, if you're an Israelite, you just get to sit back and not do nothing. And salvation is going to come unto you, man. Because overall, you're going to have to believe. Right?
God, I got a precept. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
Yep. Matthew 24 and 13. Read it. Write it down. Read it. Keep it. All right, you got to endure to the end. Okay? This is not no almost. This is not an almost situation. You know? I always think of the first Fast and the Furious movie. He was like, dude, I almost had you. He said, you almost had me? You never had me. You never had your car. Granny shifting, double clutching. You know? He was basically saying, like, and then what he said, it don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. I'll never, he threw his hands up like, nigga, what, you know? But that's what this is not an almost situation, man. All right? You either saved or you not. This ain't that movie, This Is the End. With all the actors in it and the people start going up and he talking shit. Yeah, you fuckers, that's what you get. He start coming back down. No. Like, nah, once you going up in them clouds, man, you going up in them clouds. That's what it's gonna be. You've been chosen. All right? Not only called, but you've been chosen, man.
So Luke 12, verse 48, it says, but he knew not, and did commit things worthy of stripes, shall be beaten with few stripes, for unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall much be required, and to whom men have committed much, of him shall they ask some more.
Yeah. But you got a responsibility, you know? You got the ability, right? That's why certain people who want certain information go to certain people. Okay? Brothers be doing videos and people ask questions on the comment board. They gonna ask Pastor such and such, but they come into where the truth is at, man.
Yeah.
All right? Because much has been given through the Spirit, so much is required, man. Which is also why we gotta die daily. We should be getting better every day. Okay? That means you gotta learn a new precept in and out every day. No, it's like it'll be hard for you to retain all of that. But there's many factors to being a man of the Lord, man. 2 Peter, the first chapter, tells you that. It goes into godliness, it goes into temperance, it goes into virtue, it goes into being faithful, it goes into being charitable. All right? You got your lessons. You got, because that's the thing. It's not like, oh, I did my lessons, I can be an asshole to the brothers and nothing. Like, no.
2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18. But we all, with open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as by the Spirit of the Lord.
That's what he was made as an example. How to operate, how to occupy, how to work, how to labor, how to treat others, how to take L's, how to be temperate, how to fight temptation, overcome temptation. All right? So that's what we're striving to be made in the image and that likeness. Okay? I'll get back.
Come on, we can go back that second. Let's, y'all brothers have something? All right, we can go to 2 Ezra 15. Come on.
2 Ezra 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
God, they are faithful and true. They have been written down, and as when these words were written, they were sealed. It was only a matter of time where they would come to pass. And the Lord has a set time for all these different prophecies when they will come to pass. It talks about that. What's that? 2 Ezra chapter 4, when it talks about that they will come to pass in the said measure. So we're reaching, that measure of the end. We're getting closer and closer to the end. That's why we see these end time prophecies taking shape.
Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
God, can we get that word incredulity? It's not in the that's in the office.
Let me go to etymology.
Yeah, this brother did that.
Incredulity in the etymon line, it said, going to the root of which is incredulous, unbelieving. Unbelieving, incredulous, in meaning not, credulous, that easily believes, trustful, not trustful.
So people coming against this truth, saying that what we teaching ain't true, that is false, that people not having faith in it, people calling it a trend, that's an example of incredulity that will come against us. People, the Lord made it to where not everybody would believe in this truth. He blinded some to where they can't receive it, even if they wanted to. So it's gonna happen. You got people that's on the other side. You have enemies of this thing. We have to be prepared for that. You got something? Oh, okay. Come, we read on them.
Because, like it says, not trustful, They don't trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And the main thing is because they can't do it their way. You can go to church and you can go do what you want. You can do what you want before you go to church.
Yeah.
And do what you want after. You can do what you want while you in church.
Yeah.
There's what we see. All these articles coming out about pastors doing this and being involved in that and all, Oh, that's just that bad. It comes with that lifestyle, man. All right? Because you're not trusting in the Lord. I was just sitting here thinking, it's like, to the Lord we are wise, but to the world we are stupid. That's why I say we are foolish for the Lord's sake, man. They really You really don't eat pork? You really gonna do it? It's like, yeah, nigga, I trust in the Lord. Like,
Yeah.
I trust that He don't want me eating this shit for a particular reason.
Yeah.
You know? If I felt like I was supposed to go do this and the Spirit is like, nah, just fall back today, then I need to follow the Spirit, man. Because that's how you can get into shit. You know? Go ahead.
This is Sirach 6:20 in the GNT. It says, undisciplined people find wisdom's demands too hard and don't have enough determination to meet them. Her requirements are a burden heavier than they are willing to bear, and they quickly lay them aside. You know, and this truth, it requires discipline. Wisdom, gaining the wisdom of and knowledge of these scriptures requires discipline. It requires you to live a certain way, to not live a certain way, to change things. And sometimes that's too much for people. You know, it's true. Even us who are in this thing, you know, we struggle with things at times. You have people that don't even want to come into this truth. Like the brother said, they have to stop eating certain things. They have to stop spending certain time in certain places. You know, and they don't want to take that burden. You know, but that's it. To that though.
Back in 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
God. Yeah, hey, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. At the end of the day, anybody that's not taking heed unto this warning trumpet that's being blown, that's on them. The blood is off of our hands. Because our responsibility is to warn, is to let the people know. And if a person doesn't take heed, then they don't take heed. You know?
God. Back in verse 5, it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
The Lord is bringing plagues. All these evils that we see happening, these wars, these pestilences and sicknesses, diseases, these natural disasters, these are all plagues that the Lord is sending that is leading to the end of this age. We're fulfilling the same role that Moses fulfilled when he went to the Pharaoh. He said, let my people go. And he said, if you don't, the Lord is going to send plagues upon this place. Well, we doing the same thing. We letting the people know, hey, these are plagues coming, that the Lord is showing his power, leading up to his elect's deliverance.
For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And why? It's because Esau Edom is in power, and he's allowing wickedness to persist. Esau is a wicked man, so therefore he's pushing a wicked vibration. So therefore the people are walking with a wicked mindset, not according to Yahweh Shai. That's why you got people messing over each other and murdering each other. That's why you got adultery going on. So you got all type of corruption in big business. The medical field isn't made to actually heal people. It keeps people coming back. The food, this is all wicked. The things people watch on TV, the music, that's because Esau's allowing all this wickedness to go on.
So Isaiah 19 verse 14 says, the Lord Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Right, and that word, what did you say, perverse spirit? I believe it means crooked, but I want to make sure.
If we get to the word perverse, the definition goes into distorting, perverting, or warping.
So is distorted, is warped. That's the spirit of Babylon the Great. You know, and that distorted spirit, that's why we see these people in power are all over the place. That's why we see them they'll get on TV and tell the American people whatever. That's why Trump is getting on TV and just making crazy ass decisions. Because the Lord got a perverse spirit, you know, mingled in this place. That's why the people are all over the place, in fear, don't know what's going on. You know, you got people that still want to have fun and still live up their life in this world, but it's to the point to where they can't no more because money getting too tight, things getting too expensive. So people losing their mind, anxious, depressed. You know, but you got that precept?
I got you said that word was perverse. God, what you get the blue letter? Oh, when you go in the etymology, it says wicked, unnatural, degenerate, contrary, turned away from what is right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Malicious, spiteful, corrupt.
Wicked, degenerate, corrupt. And that's the thing. These people are in power, and you would expect them to be honorable, be respectful to the world, respectful to people. But it's being revealed what these people do behind closed doors. These people are just some wicked, nasty people with a lot of money and a lot of power. So the decisions they making, the shots they calling, is wrong. It's like that's the best way I could come up with. It's morally wrong. It's wrong to try and keep a kingdom going. You know, keep people safe. They're starting wars. You know, because these people are degenerate. You know, Esau like to talk about Jake and you know our nature, but look at the people that's ruling in y'all nature, and look at the state of y'all country because of it.
I got a precept.
Oh, for sure.
This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
These people rule is so trash that their own nation is complaining about it. Edomites is like, man, these people, like, Trump need to get out of office. But even if Trump get out, it's not about Trump. It's about the elites that's over Trump. It's about these Israelis. It's about these elite banking families. They're the ones that are moving everything in the way that they move it, because ultimately they want to establish their new world order. And they don't care who they hurt in the process. They don't care who gets the back end of it. As long as they enterprises, man. You know? So Trump is just doing their bidding at the end of the day.
God, the second Ezra 15 and verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Right. That's why he sent the prophets. You know, that as we could fulfill 2 Thessalonians 2:8, as we brought out, that we will consume Esau by the spirit of the Lord's mouth. You know, before the Lord returns.
Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Right, because how was this country built in the first place? Upon the blood of the Israelites. You know? And that Esau has to pay for those crimes. Esau has a lot of bodies on his tab of our nation and these heathen and his own people. Esau got a lot of bodies on his tab. These elites, you know, these people in power. And it says that a land cannot be cleansed of the blood that polluted the land, but by the blood of him that shed it. Esau gonna receive double upon his head for what he did against the children of Israel. What he's doing against them today.
And therefore thus saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
Yeah.
I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Yeah, so the Lord isn't going to allow Esau to continue to do these evils against us forever. There's going to come a time to where Esau is going to have to get shut down, because as the scriptures say, Matthew 24:22, if not, let's grab that, because I'm going to misquote it.
Yeah. This is Matthew 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
So the Lord got to cut this man rule short, because if he don't, everybody would perish. You know, because of this way that Esau ruling, he would drive everybody into extinction. He's polluting the world, putting all type of poisons in the food. People are passing away on young people are getting diseases and chronic illnesses on a rate that we haven't seen in years. You know,
like with the jump shot, you had millions of people pass away from that.
Yeah.
And I was watching an article from WAF talking about how they want people to eat bugs and they're promoting cockroach milk and all that type of thing. Yeah.
It's a part of Esau's tenets of his New World Order that he wants to depopulate. Bill Gates said it out of his mouth that he wants to depopulate. You know, he didn't say it like that, but you know, he talked himself into a hole.
Yeah.
You know, so we can get back to it.
This is second Ezra 15.
Because I was like you said, like a lot of the young people, it's the food. You know what I'm saying? The food is the food, and the food comes with the mentality. You know, the food disrupts the mentality. Like they say, you are what you eat. If you just eating processed food and all of this fast food all day, that really disrupt the way that you think, man. All right. So they ain't giving a damn about a smoothie or no avocado or, you know, like the lion's mane. They not worried about herbs and none of that. You know.
Yeah, he's all claim he want to make America healthy again, but yet all these processed foods and all this poison is still in the stores.
Just get rid of it.
Exactly.
Just get rid of it. It's as simple as that. That's why these other nations don't allow the shit in there, because it'll mess up they nation, man. Yeah. It'll mess up their own people. So they like, no, it's not allowed. You want to sell us that? Give us real ingredients, so on and so forth. Oh, yeah, okay, we'll let you sell it. Boom. They put warning. I forget what place they put warning labels on it, man. The same shit that we be eating, they put warning labels on it over there.
Mass production, it's impossible not to have fucked up shit in foods. It's simple. I got a garden in my backyard, and I got a garden full of bell peppers. I could pluck them off and come out here in the corner and sell them. Okay, but if I got this big ass factory and I got to get all these bell peppers to every Walmart, I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need them Walmarts, you know what I'm saying, to function and stay alive, man. You know what I'm saying? So shit, if I gotta do all that to make them bell peppers stay, need them bell peppers to stay, that's crazy. Hey, that's the spirit, you know. But need them bell peppers to stay functioning, I gotta have preservatives and additives in there, because I gotta get them to all these Walmarts. You know what I'm saying? Because if I just pluck that bell pepper off and just put them up in there with no preservatives, and then they want to get every bell pepper, because they're not. There's another thing when they don't garden properly. The way they garden, they put everything in rows for what? Mass production, everything in rows. You're not supposed to garden like that. Gad didn't garden like that. You know what I'm saying? You mix that shit up, and the ecosystem in itself, you know, would fight against other animals, you know, and predators or bugs, you know, just like the squash, corn, and something else. Somebody could look it up. But there's a proper way that you're supposed to cultivate a garden. It's not supposed to be straight rows, because certain other crops fend off other animals, and other crops will fend off other animals. But they'll just do that and just walk through a Roundup to get rid of the bugs. Right? The Roundup is cancerous. It may not destroy that fruit, but once you put it in yourself, you know, or whatever that wax they put on it, you know what I'm saying? The shit that they're spraying to make sure, or steroids that they're putting into it. Okay?
It says the trio is corn, beans, and squash, often called the Holy Trinity in Native American agricultural traditions. It says corn grows tall and strong, acting as a natural pole or trellis for the beans to climb. Beans, usually pole or climbing varieties, fix nitrogen from the air into the soil, naturally fertilizing the corn and squash. And the squash spreads out low with large leaves that shade the soil, suppressing weeds, retaining moisture, and deterring pests with their spiny vines.
See what I'm saying? So, but you can't make a big ass cornfield out of Nebraska. You drive this corn all day. You can't have all that corn when you got beans and all that. You it's gonna slow you down. But that's why I say mass production is a part of the real problem. Okay, and mass consumption. Because if you do that combo, you're going to dramatically lower the amount of corn or, said products because you got to mix them all in. They're trying to sit there and have nothing. Like I said, those of you drive trucks, you drive in like West Nebraska, it's corn for miles, man. For miles. Just straight corn. And they take a big ass airplane and just swoop and just spray that shit with bullshit that your body ain't supposed to be consuming. Okay? And so get all that, then get in the grocery store, then you got people that's willing to go lower than that. They'll put that shit in cans. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's canned, you shouldn't be eating. Yeah, aluminum cans with a plastic liner inside. And then in order to preserve it, I guarantee you, if you open any can, or not even open any can, look at the back of anything that's has a can, that's in a can, the sodium content is high as fuck. All right, I was talking to the elder, and we were talking about high blood pressure, and things like that. And he was like, "Yeah, man, don't go eating anything with over 4% sodium content." You know what I'm saying? Can we get the back of a sunflower seed packet? Because I used to think I was being healthy. Yeah, I'm being healthy. I'm not eating big. I'm just snacking on these sunflower seeds. Okay?
Damn. It say in David's sunflower seeds, the sodium is
Go to Biggs.
okay. All right, it was Biggs.
That should be my shit. Biggs, the ranch packet. They had the taco one. You know what I'm saying? They had the taki one.
It's damn. And Biggs pickle flavor sunflower seeds is 207% in a pack. 4,760 milligrams of sodium.
207%. You're supposed to have nothing over 4. Okay? And they're telling you that's per serving.
Damn. No, that was container. That was container.
Per serving is 90%, 2,070 milligrams.
That's still
It's
crazy,
like a handful.
bro. That's
Pack of
crazy,
noodles.
bro.
Yeah. Well, a pack of noodles worse. Well, they're just as worse. Anything that needs to survive needs salt. That's how we preserve things ancient times. You're packing up the salt. So they're using that same concept to preserve foods with that salt. When you use aged meat, you know what I'm saying? And you'll pack it down in salt or something like that. When you take it all out, you would slice off that outer layer and then deal with the rest of the meat. You know what I'm saying? But Esau sitting there, got people ODing on fucking salt.
Getting gout.
Yeah, French fries full of salt. And some things are on purpose, and some things is just off the breed, man. Okay, let's go into fatty livers and emotions. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You can't just be getting up doing what the fuck you want, expecting high level results. And there's people out here that just do shit because America says it's okay. Or you can look up fatty liver effects on the emotions. Because that has a direct connect. And then you go look up what causes a fatty liver. You need to go look this shit up, man. You only get one fucking body.
I look at causes.
That's lazy as hell. If you only got one fucking car, you mean to tell me you're gonna get in the car, don't warm it up, just hit the gas, put the fucking worst type of gas in it, don't change the oil, put the cheapest gas in there because it's you know, you're gonna tear that car up, man. How would you do it to your body? Go ahead, buddy.
It say negative emotions and mental health issues can wait. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. It says multiple studies and meta-analysis show people with depression have a 40 and 50% higher risk of developing factors. They saying it in reverse. They say it's because they have depression. That's why they're getting
searching in reverse.
God, so like,
yes, it's searching in reverse. Because a fatty liver is connected to emotions. All right? It fucks with your ability to regulate yourself. You know what I'm saying? You clicking out and shit. What causes fatty liver? Fucking drinking. Okay? Eating bad. Alright? But we'll look it up. We here now. Yep. So let's look up what causes a fatty liver while he looks up at, you know, because they ain't gonna let it's one of them type you gotta word it right.
Con, I got one. It says fatty liver disease significantly impacts mental health, frequently causing increased rates of depression, anxiety, chronic stress, and fatigue.
Yeah. So your ass nodding off, you can't control yourself. You know what I'm saying? You get mad and irritable. You know what I'm saying? You like to be in the dark, isolated and shit. You know, you need to go. You know, I had to go through that. How you think I know about that shit? I had to examine myself, man. You know, because oppression make a wise man mad. So you'll get to that place, but we need to be stoic and have self-control because we on a mission. And that mission is to teach this gospel until the second coming of Yahweh Shai. So there's if you take your job seriously, you'll say, well, fuck that food and that drink because I got a job to do. Okay? You need to be, the Lord say you need able men. Okay? We got more of that, brother? That was pretty good right there.
Got a little,
It says,
if you got some more, I'll bring it out.
God, it says, it acts as a bidirectional chronic illness, often leading to reduced quality of life, mood swings, and cognitive changes. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. So you can't think straight. Like it says, a woman face changes like the moon. You know what I'm saying? Your mood go to changing and shit for no fucking reason. I don't know what's going on with me. You know, eating fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how important it is to be in this gospel. You gotta fucking eat right. You can't just be doing what you want. You know, but we talking about us. But hey, the average American, that's why motherfuckers out in the club swinging and fighting.
They always fighting at the club, huh?
Yeah. The liquor, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it's like a direct connect. The liquor do it by itself. The chronic disease of the liquor also will instigate it as well, man. What the nigga want to do? Fucking butter, salt, and sugar. That's all she pull out, man. You know? Crab legs and shit. That shit ain't got nothing but salt in it. It got salt in it and it got salt in it. It got salt in it from the fucking the boil and it got salt in it from it being a fucking crab. Because it's a bottom feeder. Okay? Just like pork. Hella sodium content in it. Then you drinking liquor. Well, liquor ain't nothing but fucking sugar. Alright? If you ever fermented anything, you know it takes sugar. It takes sugar to activate it. Okay? Anybody got the with the fatty liver thing? Or you had something?
Just a little bit more of the cause. It says experts don't know exactly why fat builds up in some livers and not others. They also don't fully understand why fat buildup in some livers turn into MASH, which I'll get that acronym in a minute. It It says MASLD and MASH. That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pick out the cause. They talking about they don't know what caused it, but they'll tell you what caused it. Because if I tell you what caused it, you're gonna stop doing it. If I tell your ass McDonald's causes fatty livers, you're gonna stop eating McDonald's. That's why I say it's both linked to. Like, no, nigga, that's the cause. If it's linked to it, what else? You know? It says they are both linked to the following: genetics, being overweight or having obesity, insulin resistant, type 2 diabetes, sometimes called high blood sugar. All that shit is the same. It's just, it's what causes your rim to get fucked up. Some causes, it could be linked to your tire going flat. Yeah, motherfucker. That's the connection to it. Your tire rod breaking. Well, that's connected to the fucking the rim getting fucked up. And then your tire rod breaking will be connected to your fucking sway bar or some shit like that. That's how it fucking works. It's not like it's something like they're trying to make it like, well, maybe it could be this or maybe it could be that. No, it's a progressive deterioration. Okay? You want to hear the preventions? No, I just wanted to hear the things that causes, like foods that causes fatty livers. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just pretty much obesity. All it goes back to eating fucked up shit. Okay? But bad sugars. You know what I'm saying? It's saying foods that cause or worsen fatty livers include sugar-sweetened beverages, refined carbohydrates, which is white bread, your pasta. Yeah, so let's go into the slide here. We got to keep that. What is the function of the liver? Okay? It says the liver performs over 500 vital functions essential for survival, including filtering toxins from the blood, producing bile for digestion. You know how fucking important that is? Your blood, we were just talking about it today, man. Your blood is the vehicle to passing nutrients through your body. That's why we were talking about eating liver and shit. That's why it was, brother put me on like, you can't eat liver because it's got too much blood in it. Why? Because it's a blood filtration system. Okay? And if that shuts down, then now, if you got a bad filter, it's not going to filter everything. It's the same as like when you like change the oil in your car, you got to change the oil filter and the air filter, because the oil filter, it keeps that when the oil starts to get dirty, it filters out so it ain't all just in one place, as well as the air filter. So when you're driving and you got your vents open and everything, all of the leaves and the dust and the breeze in the air ain't just coming straight into your engine, man. But it's catching all of that. It's like a screen. It's like a mesh and a screen to keep all of that stuff out. Because we do eat shit that got bad shit in it, no matter what it is, and our livers are supposed to filter it out. Well, like we were talking about the water. You was like, I want a system under the sink, on the pitcher, pretty much. It's like, because it's constant filtration of all of the stuff that don't belong, man. Yeah, to ensure the filtration system and think about it, you're not eating right, so it shuts that down. So now, when you eat, certain things, the bad shit's getting through now. And like something like beets, we were talking about that earlier. Like beets help, pretty much it helps your blood flow. Okay, and that's from my research. Me put two and two together, healthy blood will solve a lot of those chronic issues. You got to eat healthy, but you need a good car. You need that car. That car is your blood. To get from A, you don't need no A to B car. You need a motherfucker that's gonna be efficient in every situation. Okay? And you just wake up, you're supposed to warm your car. You're supposed to wake up in the morning and drink you some lemon water, man. Optimize your body, clean your filtration system, activate your organs properly, warm your car. You know what I'm saying? The things like beets, kale, all these things, the same thing that's similar, that's synonymous with clean blood, is the same thing that's synonymous with diabetes, the
The same thing that's synonymous with any heart-related situation. It's the same fucking foods. Lentils, kale, spinach, salmon. I guarantee if all y'all do research on various diabetes, high blood pressure, and if you look up foods that are healthy, bad blood, foods, the bad liver, what can combat that? All is gonna be the same fucking food. I done went down a rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you gotta treat your body right. They're not. Go ahead.
Sirach chapter 30 and verse 15, or I go to verse 14. It says, better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth.
Yeah, and we're not looking here to be like in elite shape, because America's going to be destroyed, so that's a vain thing to do. But as I said in the beginning, now you want to have a good body, but it's not like, okay, if I have a perfect, I'm living super healthy, that makes me a man or Lord. No, you need to be efficient. You know what I'm saying? You can't track a thought. You can't get upright. You're not motivated. You know what I'm saying? You're emotionally unstable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't. You won't even get up. Just wake up and sit there.
Yeah.
You know?
Sit.
You gotta get like when Paul said that what I would, that what I not. Some of that shit is connected to eating bad, because your congregation is fucked up. So you can't get up when you want to because your mind and your body ain't connected properly. You know what I'm saying? Or your spirit and your body. The spirit will tell you, like, come on, let's get up, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. You got time to do this, but maybe later. No, it's that. Cause your fucking shit ain't together, man. You know?
God says, there is no riches above a sound body, no joy above the joy of the heart. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
You see? Death is better than a bitter life and continual sickness, which is chronic issues, diabetes, sickle cell, okay? All these things, which is a blood issue as well. You know? But that's more of there's a depth to that too. Okay? There's a depth to that too. And I believe there's a certain wickedness to that sickle cell, man. You know? Because Esau tried to make it like it's a polygenic disease. It's not a polygenic disease. It's really it's right now from what I studied, it's like it's like hereditary, but it came from like the mosquitoes and shit. And certain shit like that, and that's really from where you come from. And you can pass it down to generation, you know, things like that. You know what I'm saying? But they're trying to act like it's a black disease. No, it's really, if you was off in Africa dealing with the fucking mosquitoes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Edomites is getting that shit too. Alright?
God, just jumping down last verse, jumping out of verse 25. A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet.
See? Will have a cheerful, like he'll have a care of his meat and diet. Your ass is just eating whatever because it tastes good. I gotta live. Like, goddamn, like, you know, this shit ain't got no salt in it. It's kind of bland, you know? Like Dave Chappelle said, you know, Esau did all this shit, and all it took was a regular tablespoon of salt to take Jake out, man. You know? Because Jake ain't got no damn discipline, man. Okay? Your ass walking in places, you smell food, you can't help yourself. If you walk in a room and you see somebody eating and you get hungry, you ain't got no damn discipline. You're a brute beast. You know what I'm saying? You walk in the movie theater. If I'm walking in the movie theater, you know how you walk up to the movie theater like, yeah, man, I ain't spending no money. You smell that popcorn? I guess I get one bucket. You ain't got no goddamn discipline. Nigga got your ass. You know? Got you, bitch. Walking in there, going to the grocery store. Yeah, I'm going to get this, and that, and I'm going to leave out. Oh, boy, yeah. Your ass get to that end cap. The end cap for the stupid niggas. It's literally, that's what it's for. It's for fat, undisciplined people. You'll never see no apples on no end cap. You never see no fucking good shit on those end caps. It's the worst shit that you could possibly get on those end caps. Okay? And the end caps is the stuff that's at the edge of the aisles. The end caps is the stuff that right when you walk into the cash register, you look to your left and right, all you see is candy and fucking pop and cold drinks and shit. Shit that'll fuck your ass up, man. You know? And it's by design, because they know them type of people will buy that shit. Okay? And it takes discipline, man. Because we're wrestling against principalities and rulers of darkness and wickedness in high places that attack you from every angle. From the shows that you watch, from the people that you're around, from the food that you eat, the clothes you put on. Okay?
The bed you sleep on.
The bed you sleep on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like Jake, like comfort. You know what I'm saying? The brother was talking about the Japanese mats, and he's like, oh, it's so hard. Shut the fuck up, man. Like your back ain't important to you.
I got a preset. This is Psalm 64 and verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
That's beautiful. That's because they do these type of things because they want people to be subservient to them. They want you with a bad back so you can go to their chiropractor. They want you with a bad heart so you can go to their doctor. Not to solve the issue so they can make money. Because I done made this fucking blood thin and I gotta sell it.
And it goes into the mass production again. All of these, like I'm just thinking about the mattresses. You spend $2,000 or this and that on the mattress and shit, and you can just, like a lot of the Japanese sleep on the floor. They got the 100% cotton mattress and they tooling out on the floor.
And Esau trying to make you feel bad because you ain't got no big ass bed.
Yeah.
Act like you poor and shit. You don't need no fucking bed like that. You need to recover. And then you got the society. Now, like I'm like you got kids. Kids need to sleep in order to grow. You know what I'm saying? You got your kid, get up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sleeping all day. It's like, let them sleep. I ain't saying like let them be lazy, but if you want a big and strong child, you want to let them rest, man.
Get up.
Get up. Shit, it's 8 in the morning.
Taking a bed, throwing water on it.
You know, now the scriptures do say a little sleep, little fold in the hands, but we're talking about like you want to let your child rest, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this society is stupid as a motherfucker. It's not meant for you to have a family and build an empire. It's not meant for you to be fruitful and multiply.
It's perverse, like we read earlier. It's perverse. It's crooked.
It's polluted. It shall destroy you with a sword destruction.
Yep.
And if once you start doing your research on the pollution, you're gonna start realizing all these little knick-knack paddywhacks is pollution. Okay? Fucking Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. You know, Jake gotta fix their fucking algorithms and shit. You get on that motherfucker, all you see is motherfuckers yelling and cursing. You know? Ass.
Fight videos and booty.
I significantly dropped the ass in my algorithm, and I'm proud of it, man.
Yeah, bro, I feel you.
It's very rare I see. It's very hard to get ass off the algorithm because it's just they're gonna keep punching it on through. But all you gotta do is just say not interested. Not interested.
You gotta hit that
Not
motherfucker a lot too. Shit, that motherfucker.
Yeah, and if your ass you ain't got no self-control, you ain't fooling nobody. You can't look at that bitch 8 times and put not interested. You done boosted the fuck out of the algorithm. The algorithm confused like,
are you sure you're not interested? You get it?
So you gotta be able to have some decorum. You gotta have some. You gotta be stoic.
Is that it to that cover shop?
A little more. It says, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Yeah, they go through all kind of fucking scientific shit, man, to see what works. Like I'm reading this book called Blitz. You know, talking about Adolf Hitler, how they was like in the 1800s. You know, they was giving fucking kids morphine and shit, man. You know, or not. They was giving them heroin because it helped them sleep. You know what I'm saying? It's an antidepressant. You know? No, not heroin. Heroin helped you sleep. But uranium was an antidepressant. People was drinking uranium. Fucking nuclear shit. They were putting it in drinks. They had gold, they had uranium glasses. They got uranium glasses to this day. And they was drinking out that shit for antidepressant. But the shit was making them niggas go nuclear, growing extra eyeballs and shit. You know? Same motherfuckers that tell you, you need to go to a doctor and stop getting off of YouTube. And then y'all was these the same fuckers that was giving people uranium. Because they don't know, what I'm saying is they don't know nothing more than the next nigga next to them. They just was fucking with it more than you was.
Diligent search. They diligent search is them fucking guinea pigging you, man. You know?
Yeah. Like I said, go into that book of medical apartheid, you'll start seeing how all the wicked shit that they were doing, and it's like you think niggas was like cold and really was thinking about some shit. Nah, they just kept on opening up niggas. Pour a glass of water on your organs and see what happened. Nigga, take and pour some fucking milk on it, see what happened. Pour hot water, see, oh shit. Damn, that one broke. I gotta get another nigga. You know? And then pour hot water on him and you can see. Now it did it again. Now you got 80 niggas on the table. Now you pour hot water on all of them and see what happens. You know? Like that's all they did. It was just a bunch of hella trial and error. And then when they come up with a pill, they say this pill did everything. And then you say, well, I don't want to take that pill. I want to do the natural thing. Well, who are you? I'm prescribed medical misinformation. Yeah. You know? Because they want to control and govern and gatekeep health. You know? That's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to gatekeep health. They'll let you eat everything and give you a pill to fix it, man. You know? So you could go to your enemy for one of all things. Health, food, finances, education. All right? That's all Esau's trying to do, man. But y'all got that shit for the liver and shit?
Yeah. It says, the liver performs over 500 vital functions essential for survival, including filtering toxins from the blood, producing bile for digestion, and regulating metabolism. It is the body's largest internal solid organ and is unique in its ability to regenerate damaged cells. The liver plays a central role in nearly all metabolic processes, immune responses, and the synthesis of crucial proteins.
Yeah. So you got a fucking shitty liver, bro. Your life is going to deteriorate real fast. And what causes that? Alcohol. You know what I'm saying? I seen motherfuckers whose liver went bad. I used to work in the hospital, man, as a personal care tech, what they call it, as a fucking CNA. But work in the hospital and see motherfuckers yellow as shit, man. Like a banana, man. It's a weird thing to look at. People's eyes get yellow and shit like that. That's from a bad liver. Okay? You wondering why you a hothead and shit. Talking about just because you're a Capricorn. No, nigga, your ass drinking. You fucking idiot. That's it to that though, right? God, yeah. That's all I want, you know. I just wanted to break that out, man. Because a good health is a blessing from the Lord, man. It ain't just talking about just popping up and getting healthy. The Lord gives us the ability to be apothecaries, man. There's natural ways to heal things. You know what I'm saying? like honey, you could damn near put anything in honey in a fucking automatically making it healthy, like making it medicine. You can take ginger, put it in honey. You know what I'm saying? Take blueberries, put it in honey. Garlic, put it in honey. Right, and it pretty much amplifies whatever, like, you know, blueberries and honey. Like blueberries are good antioxidant. You know what I'm saying? But when you put it in honey, it'll ferment it and it increases. Can we look that up? Honey, fermented honey and blueberry and honey, the benefits. Hey, Jay got to get into this shit. You know, it ain't like Jake ain't got no time. Jake be watching that dumb shit, knowing how many fucking passes Antonio Brown caught. You know?
It says blueberries soaked in honey combine the benefits of both foods, making a strong antioxidant boost. Where blueberries are already rich in antioxidants, honey also containing oxidants. So like it's worded where it says together they help protect cells from damage and slow aging. It says the combo can support healthy blood vessels and lower heart disease risk. Combining may help with focus and long-term brain health, help the body fight infections, support a healthy gut and digestion, can contribute to clearer and healthier looking skin. And let me see.
Like just honey and blueberry. But your ass will fucking eat a taco or a French fry, and it's got so many fucking ways to tear your ass up. You know? All it takes is your ass can't get up no more, your fucking leg. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker locking up. Like we was talking about the other day, with something like a sharp pain going down. That's a blood problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, honey bun fry. That's all like is that sugar. You know what I'm saying? But why? Because I was going through the same shit. I eat the honey bun, start crunching shit. Fucking gums go to hurt. Down here go to hurt and shit. You know what? My health was bad at that point, man. Oh Lord, I was trying to set my ass down. I had to learn, man. Some niggas don't learn through affliction. Some niggas gotta die. Some niggas, and I was almost there. I gotta fight through this. Like, no, you gotta fix your fucking health. Niggas pray the Lord, help me fix it. Like, get your ass off them fucking star crunches and hamburgers and shit. Water is so nasty. I don't trust a nigga that think water nasty. I gotta put some. I can drink water. I just got to drink a whole lot. I gotta put lemon in it. You know, drink that shit. Take that bottle, turn it up, and that's this is shit for flavor. You doing it? That food is for fuel. You know.
This
I ain't saying that we not, because I you know, you're gonna season your food. You know, but at the end of the day, the priority is nutrients. You guys deep frying everything, burning all the nutrients out. Yeah, I mean, cow a lot. Deep fried, it's over with. You might well eat a paper plate at that point.
This is Sirach chapter 38, verse 4. It says, the Lord had created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Yep. You will not hate it. Okay? It's like people eat salad. Now, ain't nothing wrong with lettuce. But the reality is lettuce, you might as well drink water. It's the same. It's like distilled water. Water with no nutrients in it. Lettuce has no nutrients. It's just filler. When you eat a salad, you're supposed to have kale, spinach. You know, you can do Romano or Romano lettuce.
Oh, romaine.
Romaine lettuce. You know what I'm saying? You can use that, them type of stuff. You know, that has nutrients in it, man. Okay?
Iceberg ain't gonna do you.
What was that?
Iceberg lettuce.
Oh, so I don't even know.
It's just like, it's just paper plate.
It's just water, man. Lettuce ain't nothing but, it's nothing but water. But when you want to be healthy, you want to, just like with your cheeses, man. You think you being healthy, get lettuce, then you get shredded cheese, which is they use cardboard dust to keep the cheese separate. You know what I'm saying? And the fucking cheese is hyper processed, so it's not aged like because there's cheeses that are good. Not all cheeses are bad, but you gotta get that Parmigiano. You know what I'm saying? You go to there, you go to hey, $10. Yeah. But your ass will be out here fucking looking at J's, do $300 J's. This is nice. Stupid ass. Can't spend an extra fucking $5 for cheese. That's your body, nigga. The shoes go on your body. The cheese go in your body. I know the Lord says now goes in the man that can follow. He ain't talking about, he wasn't talking about food. He's talking about knowledge, man. And how you become God. Okay? But food wants to go, bad food wants to go in you, man. It'll fuck your ass up, man. Cause you to be lethargic, unmotivated, unfocused. Sleep will fuck you up too, man. We gotta take care of our bodies. Why? So we can be efficient in this gospel. Okay? You gotta remember precepts. You gotta remember breakdowns. You gotta be able to be in a lesson, watching a lesson, and being able to remember everything that's being said and not fucking veering off and shit because you ain't got fucking attention span. And then you're gonna try to accept Esau's diagnosis, you ain't got ADHD. No, you got fucking high sugar in your fucking system.
Yeah, that's
give your son a fucking a big ass bag of fucking Sour Patch Kids and see how his attention span works. Okay, give him an iPad and see how his attention span works. Okay, like there's the natural things. The Lord created the medicines of the earth. Okay, hugging on your woman, hugging on some soft ass titties, man. That shit calms you down, man. That shit good for your spirit. Certain hurts. You know what I'm saying? You out here listening to fucking Chief Keef all day. Fucking energy, all this shit, unregulated. I ain't saying you can't listen to it, but I'm saying it's like, your balance is off. You'll catch me. I eat burgers here and there. Yeah, you see me with a burger, somebody else don't do it. You gotta do eat healthy. That's why I can eat one of these. You can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like a fat person seeing me walk. You say you run all day. I do run. But I can't walk because I run all fucking day. You need to run a lot. Not me. You understand? You get a healthy balance. You take chances. Your ass out here eating bologna and shit.
damn.
Processed like even go to the deli, make doing good because you eat sandwiches and shit. That's you might bacon, meat. That's nigga. Meat don't look like that. Right? Meat don't look like how they had that shit. That turkey, it's all smooth. When I cut turkey normal, it don't look like that. It's real grainy. Got lines. Chicken have lines in it. It's not smashed together and look like one sheet of meat.
And peel apart. Perfect.
Yeah, it peels apart. You know what I'm saying? You could like shred it like the cheese sticks, shred it apart. That's how meat's supposed to look. I remember when I was young, ask for that shit. The slice that you want to fill the big slice. Hit that shit for you. Then that shit come in packets. And you don't even know that could be elbow meat, kneecap meat, brain meat. It says chicken. You know what I'm saying? You can eat fucking the roof of a mountain of chicken. Don't even know it, man. Eating the worst parts of the chicken.
Eating the beak and shit.
Yeah, eating the beak.
Them chicken nuggets, bro. I think they just blending them motherfuckers up, bro.
Yeah.
I remember I was in Louisiana back home. They used to make all head cheese, man. And it's just all scraps. It takes all the worst parts of the pig, put it in a bath, a hot ass bath, and just burn that shit down until it becomes a liquid, and then season that shit up, and then let it solidify and it turns into a jelly. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get the fuck that. Like I used to be a scoundrel with those fucking gummy bears and sour patches. You know what I'm saying? And I knew, I stay away from shit. But I'm like, man, I can't stay away from everything. When I see them niggas make that shit, I say, oh hell no, man. Sometimes you gotta go look that shit up and see it. And that shit at convention is like, oh hell no, that shit really do got pork in it. It ain't like a nigga no, they take the pig, they take all the good parts, the bacon, the ham hocks and all that, they chop it up real fine, and they got the fucking rest of the dumb shit. They boil that shit down, and when that shit drips out into a fucking clear liquid, and they put dyes in it, red 40s and all that, and pump it with sugar and give it to your stupid ass. Mass production. They need everything. Vaseline. You know what I'm saying? Yep, putting that shit all on this ain't nothing but fucking petroleum. It's petroleum jelly. It is fucking oil. It's crude oil that you're putting in. You know what it is? It's mass production. I mix all this. Let's look that up. How to get Vaseline? And I ain't saying nothing, ain't nothing really wrong with it, but at the same time, there's cocoa oil and stuff like that. But the point is that they're trying to they don't leave no crumbs. Esau don't leave no grapes. Obadiah.
Damn, it says Vaseline is a purified form of petroleum jelly and is made from crude oil through a multi-step refining process.
Yeah, and they act like they're making it like that. No, what happens is they make oil and then Vaseline is what's left over. And they pretty much scrape the pot, put that shit in jars and sell it to us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
My daughter just said today, she don't use Vaseline because Vaseline make her face break out. But like the Aquaphor or some shit, I'm like, well shit, now I gotta look into why that don't and why that do. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know why Vaseline do, but why the Aquaphor doesn't,
It says it begins with crude oil, the same raw material used to make fuels like gasoline. During oil refining, a waxy byproduct called petrolatum is produced. Petrolatum is separated from other oil components during the distillation process. Filtration is used to remove solid impurities, distillation to separate unwanted chemicals, and hydrogenation to improve stability and color.
So Vaseline is an unwanted chemical. That's what it's used to. And if that's what's left over, clearly that's the unwanted chemical.
It says the material is further cleaned to remove smell and color, and it becomes clear or pale yellow. And then the purified petroleum jelly is packaged and sold as products like Vaseline.
Yeah. There you go, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got the rabbit hole. You got the unicorn.
Ride that motherfucker.
Like I said, you gotta get on there. There's a lot of shit you could be searching. A lot of shit you could put in your search engine. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm alluding to, what do you put in your search engine? You know what I'm saying? This is the same old, doom scrolling videos and recent news. Yeah, recent news. Like you go into the recent news, breaking news, but you gotta go into searching things. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure this shit out, man. Right? Everything is Vaseline ain't that important, but better than fucking your favorite TV show. Okay?
And they say same thing with the pharmaceutical drugs. It says nearly 99% of pharmaceutical drugs and their feedstocks are derived from petrochemicals, specifically crude oil and natural gas.
Yeah. And that's why they're going so crazy. Like this blood of the earth, fatness of the earth. It's important. Right? Because that's how it's not just the gas, it's everything, man.
Everything plastic,
No, I was sitting here like, damn, the last 3 fucking jobs I've had, I've been
dealing with plastic. Fuck.
And the plastics got that forever chemical in it, man. Fucking no hands and shit. You know? That shit. Let's look up that non-stick pans. What's the original use for non-stick pans? And we do this shit every day. Every day. And how often do you eat an apple?
That's the thing. See, it's like they'll have certain amounts that you can have or whatever. So a little bit every day is gonna equal up to the amount that you know your ass don't need, man.
I concentrate. Not only just that, it's in everything. You know, you got your bottled water, then you got your non-stick pan. You know what I'm saying?
It says the material used in non-stick pans is most famously polytetrafluoroethylene, often known by the brand Teflon. It says it wasn't originally invented for cooking. Its first uses were in industrial and military applications.
Yeah, so it was like, okay, we ain't going to war anymore, so.
Yeah, it says it was used to.
We gotta make money off of it.
We're not going to war anymore. We got this sitting around. It said it was used to coat machinery parts, reduced friction between moving components, and it was resistant to heat, chemicals, and corrosion. During the Manhattan Project, it was used to coat valves and pipes and handle highly reactive and corrosive uranium compounds. These niggas was using these for missiles.
You put that shit all on your heads. You a missile. All on your head. You eat the dogs. It's all on the eggs. It's all on your steak.
It says it was used to insulate wires and cables, especially useful in high temperature or harsh environments. And later, scientists realized Teflon's non-stick and heat-resistant properties were perfect for cooking.
for cooking on. Because guess what? Like my mama put me on that shit. I just come in there, she came in the house and she used to be chefing and shit. You know what I'm saying? I come in, I had my eggs already cooked. You know, you have your residue, you got your spatula and shit like that. And she seen that, like, she looked, what the fuck you guys is another spatula on this fucking non-stick pan for? Well, why do you have this non-stick pan? I'm like, what's the fucking problem? It's easy, I don't have to use no butter. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, she was like, every time you fucking scratch in the bottom of that shit, it's scraping up, scraping it up. All right, maybe that's a theory. Okay, go get you some non-stick pans and wait about like 2 years. You're gonna start seeing metal. You're gonna start seeing scrapes. Where that shit went at? Where did that nut, you know, that's a forever chemical. It don't go anywhere. Okay? It don't go anywhere. It stays inside your body forever. You have to get something like, anybody know what you can try to use to get that type of shit out your body? Nah. Shit, activated charcoal. You know what I'm saying? Activated charcoal will pull a lot of that shit out your body, man. Anybody know how to make activated charcoal? Burn some fucking wood. The clean way. That's all you gotta do is just burn clean wood. Just put in something nice and you know, put in a steel lid. Light that shit on fire and close that lid and just let the smoke burn. I think you gotta burn white or burn a certain way. When it burns a certain way, let you know it's done. Then you just smash it up. You got activated charcoal. You know what I'm saying? Jake, I don't know what Jake you on, man. You gotta get out of the church for real, even with your health, history, scriptures, everything, man. We're the physicians. How the hell gonna be a physician and not make activated charcoal? You know? You gotta know how to make shelters and shit. You gotta know how to walk up to a stream and know if it's good water, you gotta look at mushrooms and know things are good. There's certain things, the medicines of the earth. Let's look at the the benefits of a dandelion. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta get into that shit, man. Shout out to my algorithm. We were just talking about the other day. You supposed to have, you gotta have your, how many brothers, even up here, got a medicine cabinet? You know what I'm saying? Like an apothecary. I ain't talking about you got Tylenol and fucking cough drops in that bitch. I'm talking about you got fucking fermented, oregano, walnut, black walnut, soursop, lion's mane, zinc. You're supposed to have some shit in your shit, man.
It says dandelion has been used in traditional medicine for centuries, and both its leaves and roots offer several potential health benefits. It supports liver health, may help stimulate bowel production, which aids digestion and waste removal. It says dandelion leaves can increase urine production, which helps reduce water retention and bloating. It aids digestion, rich in antioxidants. It may support blood sugar control, and could improve insulin sensitivity.
Yeah, you can't get in there and eat no dandelion water and shit, dandelion root. Oh, we eat dandelions. Like, man, no, it's just healthy for you. Just don't do like that nigga. He taking dandelions off the side of the interstate with fucking carbon is just pumping out at dirty ass dandelions. That's not the same. But what Esau tell you, you see the weeds, or you need to pull it. It's not a good aesthetic. Fucking aesthetic, nigga, that's nutrients. Then the Lord said that the medicines come from the earth, but Esau tell you that you got a bad looking yard because you got dandelions in it. Now every time you see it, you got this feeling like, oh my God, I gotta get rid of it. I'm not fitting in. Dumbass. Let Esau get in our heads, man. These niggas killed off, trying to kill off frogs and shit. These niggas just want everything to be like just fitting for their pleasure. Okay? Talking over animals because they want them to look a certain way. Taking dogs. Oh, I like this dog, but if his nose is only shorter.
Like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna breed it with this dog. Like, Esau's a selfish ass motherfucker, man. That's why it says learn not the way of the heathen, man. Especially Esau. Okay? He's the father of lies. And he dumb as hell. He really dumb. He just have access to all that information. Right? He got access to those libraries. He got access to those witch doctors, so-called witch doctors. All right?
I got a precept. This is Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. And said,
and this time he gave it to Esau. All right, he allowed Esau to rule. And his rulership is submitting his judgment. So everybody talking about, oh, don't do that to him. He did it to himself. The end result of Esau's rulership is that he deserves death, and his nation don't deserve to be on this planet Earth. Because they're destroying it. Purposefully. Okay?
and setteth up over it the basest of men.
Yeah, and hey, that's slacking. The base of men is Esau. All right, he set him up over this earth to be really a whooping stick, and we have to learn what the man. We have to learn sin, man. And the man of sin has been revealed. Okay. Y'all got something? That's it. Okay. So with that being said, we give all praises
unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKodash.
The Reverend honor our apostles, my elders, well. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and